Welcome back to the Tom Hartman program. I'm Alex Lawson, filling in for Tom, and staying with us in studio is Washington director for MoveOn.org, Ben Wickler, and we're going to take a call from Judy in Colorado. Judy, you're on the line.
Hi. I've supported Democrats for decades, and I'm really disgusted with everybody that continues to jump to conclusions about everything. There is no ruling. Nobody knows. Even the UN specified they don't know where the chemicals came from and what happened. And yet everybody ignores the fact that the so-called rebels, really the terrorists that this country has supported for the last, 5 years, have stored them in one of their buildings that Assad bombed. It is possible. And instead of always jumping to conclusions like it's Assad's fault, and I believe it was done purposely so that Trump and Tillerson would suddenly decide they needed to get rid of Assad, because that's been the agenda since the U.S. helped invade Saudi Arabia. We've got to stop this empire-building garbage.
All right, Judy, I think I got your point. It is complicated, and I don't agree with some of the things that Judy was saying, because I think Donald Trump really didn't want. He stated that he was going to not have consequences for Assad. But I guess my main take is that we definitely needed more time to figure out what happened, what's going on, and that's what the UN was trying to do. And that process needed to take place. At the same time, I don't believe that there was any sort. It's scarier than that there was some large conspiracy and it's the evil geniuses. It's 32-dimensional chess. It's way scarier than that. There's no plan.
Right.
It's just like random reactions to things.
It's just throwing the chess pieces.
Yes.
The thing with
he's not playing it. He's just throwing them.
So Trump, has impulse control problems. He's reckless. He's nuts. There's also lots of people with agendas surrounding him. And which of those people has the power changes at any given moment based on his moods and what he just saw on TV. And that's part of what's scary. There are people that are involved in these long-term plots and strategies who are in his White House. And one day he's following their orders and another day he's not. That's what all this can lead to, is total chaos and conflagration and disaster. And that's one reason why it's actually really good that Congress needs to be involved in these kinds of things.
Right. Congress adds a step of deliberation, a step of at least having the opposing views being aired so that people understand, because not everyone is going to agree on either side of the aisle on anything on this, right? Because Assad is a horrible dictator.
He's a monster.
But this stuff should be, because of that, it should be debated in public. I think the key thing on Syria, but also on SCOTUS and on so many other things, is actually that now more than ever, we need people to continue raising their voices. We've seen the impact that people have in all of these debates, and we really need more than ever now. All of the Congress are going to go home right now, and they're going to have 2 weeks of recess. And during that recess is when we need people to raise their voices.
That's absolutely right. So right now, it seems as though everything is terrible and crazy, but it's worth remembering things could be so much worse right now under Trump than they are. And the reason why 24 million people's health care is not, ready to be ripped away already, the reason why Trump didn't pass a Affordable Care Act repeal, a Medicaid gut, a slash to Medicare, and then move on immediately to other stuff on his agenda, like massive tax cuts for the wealthy. The reason why we actually have the administration in turmoil is because millions of people have been standing up and fighting back against this administration. So we're about to enter the second big opportunity to do that, recess. And if you go to resistancerecess.com, you can find all the town hall events, all the public forums, all the coffee clutches and meet and greets that members of Congress have scheduled. You can find one near you. If there is none near you, you can, contact your member of Congress, ask them to have something. If they don't do it, just start your own missing member constituent meeting. And MoveOn.org and a couple dozen allied groups from around the country are going to help recruit people to show up at that event. What we've seen is that when people show up in large numbers, when they do a Facebook live stream from the event, when they ask tough questions and they cheer for people who ask good questions and boo when members of Congress don't answer them, members of Congress justifiably get freaked out. And that is the reason why they didn't just do a straight Obamacare repeal, because they were so freaked out by people showing up and in their districts during the last recess. We're going to do that again over the next 2 weeks, and resistancerecess.com is the place to do it.
I've been talking about resistancerecess.com this whole week. I've been telling people it's my main thing, right? The most radical act you can take is to get organized. So your voice alone is powerful, but our voices together are unstoppable. And we've seen that time and time and time again. I want to spend a second on just why it's so important now when you have the issues of war and peace. So I spend an enormous amount of time critiquing the corporate media, who I hold accountable for so much of the ills. It's a propaganda tool. But on war and peace is where they are the worst. They cannot help it, it seems. They just are the worst. They will show over and over and over again the Northrop Grumman provided, I believe it's them, I don't know for sure, but whoever, they put the camera right on the missile that launches out, right? And they just show it over and over and over again. And it is the irresistible pathos of conflict.
Yep.
It is what they love. And I watched this in the war in Iraq and the invasion in Iraq, that they just kept going with that, right? Like they couldn't turn away from it. And the people did not yet have the tools, I believe, at that time. There were millions of us raising our voices, but we weren't able to amplify it in a way that I think we can right now.
Yeah. So right now, one thing to note is the level of resistance energy right now already dwarfs what we had then.
It's true.
It is so much bigger. Also, remember, it was after 9/11. So there was a period with 90% approval ratings for George W. Bush. Trump is at 37%. Bush also had this mindset where he did not care what people did or said. Trump cares a ton. This is somebody who's what's the opposite of impervious? Pervious, profoundly pervious to criticism, to protest. He is terrified by people, criticizing him. And also Congress is terrified. There are tons of Republicans who think they're going to lose their jobs if they side with Trump. So this is a moment when standing up and speaking your mind, just in terms of the balances of power, it has a huge outsized impact. And you add on top of that the fact that we have indivisible groups across the country. We have, MoveOn has been having these 25,000 person conference calls on Sunday nights. There's all these channels that we have to get information out for people to connect with each other and take action. If you add all that together, I think we can stop whatever war it is that Trump wants to start next. I think we can stop it.
And I also had someone from Indivisible come on. I've been talking about indivisibleguy.org, resistancerecess.com.
Yep.
Again, it's this getting organized. And a part of that is not just getting organized. Find your neighbors, stand with your neighbors. Our power is immense. We also have the technology now, the means of producing media is incredible. I mean, the cell phones that many people carry around with them can take amazing video. Just always hold it sideways. It's to always hold it sideways, never up and down, always sideways. But take videos of when you're doing a town hall or you're going into your member's office. Turn it into a story, because not only is it in that instance, but then post it on social media.
Yeah, no, do it Facebook Live. Everyone has it. If you have Facebook on your phone, you have Facebook Live on your phone. Broadcast it, then post it once you're done, and that can go all over the country. That can get on TV. You make tag MoveOn, so we see it at MoveOn, and we can amplify it to our million Facebook fans. Everyone has a TV studio in their pocket right now, and that has never been true before. And it means that acts of resistance, they echo. We have our own echo chamber.
And, Tom's listeners and viewers are all across the country. I mean, I have states from every corner on the board right now, and they call in. And, this is it's important also for people to understand that they're not alone. They're
That is
not,
so right.
that they, it's like sometimes that isolation, especially when the media gets on a story and they stick with it.
Especially with war.
Last 30 seconds here, just again, how can people make sure that they are plugged into this effort?
Go to resistancerecess.com right now. Search for an event near you. If you don't find one, think about it. Create a new event. Call your member of Congress. Sign up for MoveOn.org emails and text messages. We will tell you when something's happening near you. And over the next 2 weeks, you can stop the next war, you can protect healthcare, and you can save America.
On the Thom Hartmann program.